Thank you for joining us. This is Expertise Unleashed. I'm Brian.
And I'm Michelle.
And today we're going to be discussing having a good coach and what that does for you, when you're wanting to start a business. And this is very, very critical because, I have one, and you've had some.
Yeah.
And, that advice is invaluable, actually. To accelerate you and to put you on the right path to getting things done in an effective and efficient manner. So I'll say that the first thing is a good coach, a really good coach will provide strategic clarity and direction. They will help you form a roadmap for what your skill or expertise is and be able to lay out certain things in a certain way, to get you on the road to having the result that you want to achieve. They guide you in identifying your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for your business, and, they help you understand and help you relate to your audience, what your unique value proposition is.
I think that's key. When we kind of jump right in, so let's dial it back.
I said a lot, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You just kind of like tumbled in there, Brian. Like you just said, we're gonna get in and we're gonna just get in. But let's kind of bring it back because coaching has been one of those things that people really have. You just hear, and everybody's a coach, right?
True.
And I think we probably ought to define what coaching is and what it is not, because let's get real clear about, we're talking about why it helps, but what is it exactly? Because I think sometimes people think about coach and the first person they go to is, like the coaches you play football, right? And you think about I'm trying to think of a legendary coach, right?
We from Kansas City, so if you're from Kansas City, the first thing they think of is Coach Andy Reid.
Yeah, Coach Andy Reid. You think about the Super Bowl.
Coach Belichick, coaches who won, Vince Lombardi in the past, Phil Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you think sports immediately. And then you think about all of the coaches, you think that it's just for sports, and it isn't. Sometimes you think about life coaches, right? Because it's a growing field and people have gotten life coaches like Dr. Phil, life coach, right? And I think when I was first introduced to coaching in that space was when Oprah went through the whole Where's the Beef trial, right? When she was going through that trial, she introduced coaching to the masses at that time because she said, hey, I needed somebody to kind of help me get into a better brain space to understand and kind of get myself mentally prepared. And that is really what coaching does for people. It really prepares you, to get ready. I think Tiger Woods said that for his game, he got a coach for his golf game, to learn how to play golf. Well, he got that, but he also needed a coach for his brain space, right? So that he could mentally prepare. And that's what coaching does. So when we're talking about coaching here and now, we're talking about, you need somebody to probably help you, not even probably, but to help get you in a place where you can really actualize, what do I want to do with my business? How can I unleash my expertise? How can I better position myself to either start a business, grow my business, move my business forward? And so that's why you need a coach kind of to help you know what plays to run if you're in sports. How do I get my mental space in the right place? What strategies do I need to actually execute on? And those types of things. So yeah, you said a lot, but I just want to just pull us back real quick, just so that we can kind of define.
No, I agree, because it's like the rule about first. The first determines the rest. Mm-hmm. And so like you said, it's a wide open space and field and still growing. And a lot of coaches are very useful. But like I said, because the first determines the rest, you definitely want to make sure you get off on good footing and that you do have, the right coach, for whatever it is, your expertise is that you're wanting to do.
So I would also say that coaches help you be held accountable, because think about it this way. I can say that I am going to do this thing, and I may be good at, I'm going to go and I'm going to buy me a gym membership and I'm going to exercise every day. Well, then I wake up and I don't feel like it. So if I don't feel like it, then I just don't roll out the bed. Well, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Well, the challenge with that is, if I don't have anybody holding me accountable, then there's a tendency that I might not hold myself accountable. But when you have a coach says, you know what, here's your deadline. You've got your roadmap, because you talked about having a roadmap, and this is a plan for what you're going to do and how to get there, right? So now I also have somebody holding me accountable to that deadline, because if there's something that you've planned to do, you've got your roadmap on what you're doing, then you're going to get there. And because you're not going to show up without having done what the task or your action plan was, right? Like, you want to make sure that you're showing up on your calls or at your meetings with your actions done. And that's the beauty of it, because when you're held accountable, then you're more likely to actually get the things done. And you need that. And sometimes you need somebody to help you kind of to talk through those actions that you're taking. Are you taking the right actions? Are you making the right moves? You've got somebody holding you accountable, telling you, okay, this is the play that you've called. Take that action. Here's the result that you've got because of it.
And I would add to a good coach also, they provide motivation as well, as along with the accountability, because to me, they kind of work hand in hand, because they're going to keep you accountable, for the task and outlines and the things that you have set and dates and things like that. But a good coach does provide motivation. I remember probably one of the top 2 best coaches I had was my Little League coach. His name was Joe Brown. And even though we were kids, he just had an uncanny knack of getting us to play at our highest level and extracting everything out of us, that he could. And so I would say, along with the accountability, motivation matters, because it helps you when the days get tough. It helps you when you don't want to do it and you got somebody in your ear saying, I know you can do it. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. This is what I went through, with this. And you can keep going and you can keep doing it, because remember, we have these benchmarks to hit. You said you'd be here in 30 days. You said you'd be here in 60 days. You said you'd be here in 90 days. And so motivation and accountability is critical, and a very, very good coach, is able to do both. Which kind of leads into, the third point. A good coach can see things you can't see, help you identify blind spots, and with the benefit of their experience and their expertise, they can help you avoid common pitfalls that first-time business owners, or if you're leaving corporate and have to transfer and are transferring those skills into a business mindset, a business arena, they'll help you with those pitfalls that people commonly fall into. For instance, when we first started catering, we were kind of flying by the seat of our pants, and we were just doing things and getting things done. It never dawned on me to have a checklist. That came later. We was just doing stuff and momentum was building and things like that. But that's probably something, if we had had a coach from the beginning, they would have told us to get a checklist from day one. So I wasn't running back to the store getting stuff and doing things on days when we had gigs to do. So I think an experienced coach, they help you with the pitfalls and that real world experience, which I know, you can talk a lot about too as well.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? You learn from, just like you said, you don't have to make mistakes that somebody else has learned, because they're giving you a checklist at the onset. Absolutely. You getting a checklist, you getting some templates, you getting swipe files, you getting all of the stuff to get you set up in the beginning. So they're giving you cheat codes is what they're giving you. So you're getting a shortened version of a setup. Like you getting all the stuff that you need at the onset so that you can eliminate pitfalls. One other thing that I would add, if I could add a number 4 to your list of 3, is they're going to help you bring out of you what's already there. It's already in there. All they're going to do is give you a fishing rod to fish out the things that already exist. They're going to ask you questions that you're going to answer about you, because you know you intimately, but you very rarely interview yourself. And most of the time, we are our own worst critics. And so sometimes all of the diamonds that are on the inside of you, even when you go to a coal mine or a diamond mine, those diamonds are in there and you can't see it. The coal is covering it up. And a lot of times that's what we do. You've got some diamonds in there, right? In the rough, they say. And a coach is just going to help you pull out of you what's already there.
Well, a good coach will.
Yeah, a good coach will. Absolutely. And so they're going to help you find it. You're going to be your own gold miner. They're going to help you just pull it out. The other thing I would add to that, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, is when you're going to find your person, right? Because everybody isn't for everybody. We would just tell you, make sure you get somebody, because it's hard to excavate on your own. We might think that we can, but a lot of times you don't give yourself enough attention to do it on your own. But there is somebody for you. We would encourage you, find somebody so that you do not leave your potential untapped and in a grave. We want you to make sure that you let you live to your fullest potential and that you use all of your skills and talents. Don't be like the one that the Lord gave a talent to and you went and buried it. We don't want you to be that one. Find your coach, get in your tribe so that you can live out your fullest potential and you can unleash your expertise to the world, because I think that's what people are supposed to do.
I agree with that. God is looking for return on his investment, not only spiritually, but naturally as well. That was good, Michelle. And I think too that I think there's an apprehension about it, but I do believe, like you said, everybody's not for everybody. Some people aren't for you, but find somebody.
There's somebody.
You do need to find somebody. And if I might add, you're looking at 2 good ones, in front of you right now. If I can say that, you're looking at 2 good ones. So
we're 2 good ones.
Just so you know, I got to put a plug in for us, because we know how we can help people and pull things out of people. So this has been really, really good. But I wanted to dive into that because I do think it's very important to have them. I have them, you have them, we have them. So, let's be intentional. We want you to be intentional, about getting help, and being able to say, hey, if this person can help me get here in 6 months to a year, as opposed to, 2 to 3 years, why not get the coach? It's worth the investment. It's worth the investment.
We've invested in coaching. So we would never tell anybody to do something that we haven't done ourselves. We just spend thousands of dollars in coaching. So we're not telling you anything that we haven't done. And the reason that we've done it is because we know the return on the investment. And the reason that we tell you is to tell you that is because it's important. It depends on, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. Get you the help that you need. So we gonna stop right there. Is that good?
That was a good time
All
to
right.
finish.
We hope that you have enjoyed this episode. We want to make sure that we give you everything that we have to give. And so if you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you like, subscribe. Let us know in the comments. We would love to hear your comments. Let us know. And I'm going to turn it back to you, Brian.
As I always say, some people are meant to build a small business. Some people are meant to build a large business. And some people are meant to build empires. Which one are you?